Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing second chapter in geography and the name of the chapter is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. So in the previous class we have started about our discussion about natural vegetation and wildlife resources and in this regard we have seen that it is only a narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, which is called biosphere, in which all the living beings exist. Life exists only in this narrow zone of biosphere, and this is what we call ecosystem, because ecosystem means all the living things are dependent on each other, all the living things are linked to each other. We cannot think of any species independently of other species. Even human being is the most developed species of the ecosystem. Still we are very much dependent on other species of this ecosystem, so there is need of maintaining a kind of balance in the ecosystem. If there is a danger to the existence of any species, that is dangerous for the existence of human being also, है ना, because we all are connected to each other. And we have also seen that how what are the things we get from natural vegetation and wildlife resources. We are very much dependent on all the natural vegetation, all the trees and plants which are around us, and the various animals, birds and insect. We all need them. They also need us, but we also need them in a reciprocatory manner. Okay, and now we are discussing the distribution of natural vegetation, and in this regard we have seen that there are different types of vegetation, and this variation in the vegetation is because of temperature and moisture. That is the main reason, and the major vegetations of the world can be major vegetation types of the world can be categorized as forest, grassland, scrubs and tundra. And as we have started the discussion also, like the regions of the world where heavy rainfall occurs, in those places there used to be huge trees and very dense forest. So the forest areas are developed, or they are grown in those areas which have abundant water supply. Abundant means बहुत ज़्यादा, abundance होना, है ना. तो जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा रेनफॉल होता है वहाँ पर फॉरेस्ट होता है. And what we find that when the amount of this moisture decreases, with this decrease in the amount of moisture, what happens that the size of trees and their density also reduces. Both the things, size also reduce. जितना ज़्यादा बारिश होगा, जो फॉरेस्ट है वो हमें उतना ही फॉरेस्ट की जो ट्रीज़ हैं उनकी हाइट उतनी होगी और वो डेंस भी बहुत सटे सटे होंगे. बट व्हेन द रेनफॉल और द वी कैन से द प्रेजेंस ऑफ मॉइस्चर decreases, then the size of the trees all reduces and density also reduces. And we see that short stunted trees and grass grows in those regions which have moderate rainfall, you know. And these are the major grasslands of the world, the grasslands about which you have studied in class 7 geography, isn't it? ग्रासलैंड्स के बारे में आपने क्लास 7 की ज्योग्राफी में पढ़ा है। तो ये कौन से रीजन्स है जहाँ पर ग्रासलैंड्स होते हैं? ग्रासलैंड्स वाले जो रीजन है वो है मॉडरेट, जहाँ पर रेनफॉल होती है, नीदर टू मच नॉट टू लेस। ओके, सो मॉडरेट, रीजन्स ऑफ मॉडरेट रेनफॉल। Okay, and then we see there are other type of vegetation which is called scrubs. These scrubs are thorny. Okay, वो उनमें thorns होते हैं, and these scrubs grow in dry areas, in the areas where the rainfall is very low. So scrubs grow in dry areas. ड्राई का मतलब भी क्या हुआ? जहाँ पर कम रेनफॉल होता है, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट इज़ ड्राई, है ना। एंड इन दीज प्लांट्स, स्क्रब्स की जो हम बात कर रहे हैं, इन दीज प्लांट्स व्हाट हैपन्स दैट, एज आई टोल्ड यू इन द प्रीवियस क्लास, जो पत्ते होते हैं, लीव्स जो होते हैं, दे टर्न इनटू thorns. Why this change occurs in these scrubs? Because by changing the shape, what happens that the surface area of the leaf reduces, and with this what happens that the transpiration, the amount of transpiration also reduces. You know very well what is transpiration. क्या होता है ट्रांसपिरेशन? जो प्लांट्स, पौधे, पेड़ होते हैं, उनकी जो पत्तियाँ होती हैं, लीव्स जो होते हैं, दे रिलीज वाटर वेपर in the atmosphere. This process of releasing of water vapor in the air is called transpiration. So you just think, जब surface area लीफ का ज़्यादा होगा तो वो ज़्यादा evaporate, ज़्यादा वो रिलीज करेगी वाटर वेपर इन द एटमॉस्फेयर, isn't it? So जो पेड़ का जो पेड़, चूँकि इट इज़ ड्राई रीजन, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ड्राई रीजन, अंडरग्राउंड वाटर बहुत नीचे होता है, बहुत कम होता है। तो इन रीजन्स में अगर जो पेड़ होते हैं उनको अपनी मॉइस्ट को बचा के रखना होता है। फॉर दैट पर्पस ओनली द लीव्स टर्न्स इनटू थॉर्न्स एंड द रूट्स आर वेरी डीप, बिकॉज underground water, the level of underground water is very low. For that purpose, in order to absorb water from that level, the roots grow very deep in the ground. Okay, so this is about the scrubs. And then the last type of vegetation about which we have just named that that vegetation in the previous class, that is tundra. Tundra is the kind of vegetation which we find in cold polar regions. जो polar regions है जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर लो होता है, जो कि फ्रिजिड जोन है, जहाँ पर हमेशा बर्फ़ जमी होती है, तो इन रीजन्स में जो वेजिटेशन होता है उसको हम लोग टुंड्रा कहते हैं। और जो मेन यहाँ पर सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट जो वेजिटेशन है, टुंड्रा के जो वेजिटेशन के टाइप्स हैं, वो मॉसेस एंड लिचेंस होते हैं। ओके, सो मॉसेस एंड लिचेंस आर टाइप ऑफ टुंड्रा वेजिटेशन, जो प्लांट्स का ही एक फॉर्म होता है। ओके, सो टुंड्रा आर ग्रोन इन कोल्ड regions. Okay, you can see cold polar regions, cold okay, so we see that what is the problem of today's time, that our needs are increasing. day by day, every day, our needs are increasing. It is ever increasing. There is reason behind it. First of all, the population of the country is increasing very at a very high growth rate. The whole world, the population of the whole world is increasing at a high rate. Okay, and the another thing is that our needs have also increased manifold. In the earlier times, if we see the condition of 2 centuries back, not only lesser people were there, but their needs were also limited. है ना? So on the one hand, we see that the population is growing at a high rate, and the second thing is that the demand, the needs of the population, of the people, is also growing day by day. So in order to feed the growing number of people, in order to fulfill the demands of the people, what happens that large areas of forest are to be क्लियर्ड, है ना? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो डिफॉरेस्टेशन जो हो रहे हैं उसकी ये रीज़न है क्योंकि एग्रीकल्चर के लिए लैंड नहीं अवेलेबल है. सो in order to do agriculture, land is required, and for that purpose deforestation is done at a large scale. Okay, and what we find that all over the world this trend is going on, and the trend is that the forest cover is decreasing. Not only decreasing, we can say it is vanishing. गायब हो रहे हैं बहुत ही हाई रेट से. So this is the problem. What we need to conserve these resources, these wildlife resources, these natural vegetation, because our life is very much dependent on the natural vegetation. Agriculture is required in order to feed the growing population. We need more and more agricultural production, but we also cannot survive without the natural vegetation. So deforestation must be stopped. And one more thing, you have to understand that plant life and animal life, they are both are connected to each other. How? Because animals, their natural shelter is forest, isn't it? Animals का घर कहाँ होता है? They live in forest only. So if the forest cover is decreasing, it is very adversely affecting the life of animals also, because they are losing their shelters, and in the absence of their shelter, it will be really difficult for them to survive. So they both are connected. If we are cutting the trees, we are not only responsible for reducing the green cover of the earth, but we are also creating trouble for the wildlife. So if we conserve the forest, the wildlife will also be conserved. So both these are very much important for us. We cannot survive without them, and both these are connected to each other, and we need very much the conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. So now we will see how and why and how this conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Okay. Conservation of natural resources and wildlife. So as we know, we all are part of the ecosystem, and we all are connected to each other. As I told you just now that if we if we are going to harm or we are going to cut the trees, then it will badly impact the wildlife, because animals get shelter in forests only. So it is happening. That is the reason we find that there are many animals who have become vulnerable, or we can say endangered. वल्नरेबल मीन्स जो हमारे लिए बहुत ही जिनको हम लूज़ कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज वो अब हमारे लिए क्या हो गए हैं, दे आर endangered. Both words can be used. In place of endangered, or you can use vulnerable, or in place of vulnerable you can use the word endangered. So these animals are endangered. It means they are in danger. What is the danger? Danger is of the end of their existence, because their number has decreased drastically all over the world. So these there are many species of animal who have become endangered, and there are many who are on the verge of extinction. Verge of extinction. जो कि बिल्कुल अब वो ख़त्म होने वाले हैं। अगर उनके लिए ड्रास्टिक स्टेप्स नहीं लिए गए तो दे आर ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ एक्सटिंक्शन, वो एक्सटिंक्ट हो जाएंगे, देयर स्पीसीज विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट इन ऑन दिस अर्थ, ऑन दिस प्लैनेट, है ना। तो जैसे एंडेंजर्ड में हम टाइगर, जो हमारे टाइगर हैं वो इंडेंजर्ड स्पीसीज़ में आ गया, क्योंकि जो टाइगर के नंबर्स बचे हुए हैं वो बहुत ही कम है, एंड इसलिए उसके लिए बहुत सारे एफर्ट्स हो रहे हैं ताकि उस स्पीसीज़ को बचाया जा सके, उनके नंबर को इंक्रीज़ किया जा सके। तो दिस इज़ द प्रॉब्लम विच इज़ क्रिएटेड not only because of deforestation, there are many other reasons which we are going to discuss what are the causes for this problem, why the animals are becoming endangered, or why they are on the verge of extinction, or why some of the animals are extincted completely. So these are the problems which we are facing at present. So what are the reasons? As I told you, the most important reason is deforestation. Other than deforestation, there are other reasons also, like mining activities. For the purpose of mining, what is done that the forests are cleared, and then mining activity is done, so the whole ecosystem of that place is disturbed, and this impact badly impact the wildlife and the natural vegetation. Then constructional activities, these are human factors which are causing problems, which are causing deforestation. And other than this, there are some natural factors also which are responsible for this problem of जो एनिमल्स वल्नरेबल हो रहे हैं, फॉरेस्ट कवर कम हो रहा है, इसके लिए कुछ नेचुरल फैक्टर्स भी हैं, लाइक वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट नेचुरल फैक्टर इज़ फॉरेस्ट फायर। फॉरेस्ट फायर के कारण जो हम फॉरेस्ट कवर में कमी हो जाती है, एंड एवरी ईयर यू मस्ट have learned that in some or the other part of the earth, forest fire has taken place. The main reason of this forest fire is high temperature. When temperature is very high in the forest areas, then there can be any reason. The reason cannot be specified. The reason can be human made reason or natural reason. There can be any reason. लाइक अगर टेम्परेचर बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ा हुआ है फॉरेस्ट एरिया में, और उसमें किसी ने बस अपने पर्सनल यूज़ के लिए भी कोई भी जैसे लाइटर यूज़ किया, उसमें से जो आग निकली छोटी सी चिंगारी, या फिर कभी स्पार्क कर जाता है, जैसे स्विच ही ऑन करे कहीं पर जो फॉरेस्ट एरियाज़ में हो, जो हल्का सा भी स्पार्क होता है, दैट स्पार्क कैन बी टर्न्ड इनटू वेरी ह्यूज forest fire, which can cause loss of forest cover, and it causes every year it happens. So this is this is the most important challenge in this context. And as we know, it cannot be controlled, बिकॉज टेम्परेचर बढ़ा हुआ है, उसमें एक छोटा सा भी स्पार्क कहीं से भी आएगा, वो दैट कैन टेक द फॉर्म ऑफ ह्यूज फायर, फॉरेस्ट फायर. तो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द रीजन फॉर द रिडक्शन इन द forest cover on the earth. Other than this, there are other reasons like landslides, as I told you earlier also. जब in the mountainous region, if there is heavy rainfall, then this heavy rainfall causes landslide, and this landslide is very much disturbing for the forest cover of the earth. So these are the natural reasons. So there are some natural and some human made reasons which are responsible for reduction in the forest cover on the in the world. And with this, the problem of wildlife is also associated, as we are seeing that there are the animals, the species of different animals are becoming endangered, और they are on the verge of extinction, वो बिल्कुल लुप्त होने वाले हैं. ठीक है, ऐसे ये जो कंडीशन प्रिवेल कर रहा है, इसके लिए और भी कुछ रीजंस है, लाइक जो कि ह्यूमन मेड रीजन ही है, वो है पोचिंग, जिसको हम हंटिंग भी कह सकते हैं. पोचिंग इज है ना, पोचिंग. अब ये पोचिंग क्या होता है, हंटिंग, जो एनिमल्स होते हैं उनकी हंटिंग की जाती है. दे आर पोच्ड फॉर व्हाट, फॉर कलेक्शन ऑफ डिफरेंट organs of their body, we can say different parts of their body, not organs, different parts of their body, like उनके जो हाइड्स होते हैं, स्किन होते हैं, देन नेल्स हैं, टीथ हैं, हॉर्न्स हैं, फेदर्स हैं. दीज ऑल आर कलेक्टेड बाय पोचिंग करके एनिमल्स को मार के उनके टीथ हैं, नेल है, हॉर्न्स हैं, फेदर्स हैं, हाइड्स हैं, स्किन है, ये सब कलेक्ट किया जाता है. एंड these are illegally sold, है ना. तो this illegal trade is flourishing very much, which we call smuggling, है ना. स्मगल करना, जो गलत जो चीज़ें इलीगल वे में जो हम ट्रेड करते हैं, जिस ट्रेड की हमें परमिशन नहीं होती है गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, दैट इज़ स्मगलिंग. तो इस तरह के जो काम होते हैं जिसमें कि एनिमल्स को पोच करके, हंट करके, मार करके, उनके जो डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी की को कलेक्ट करके फिर उनकी ट्रेडिंग की जाती है ना. तो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट रीज़न फॉर दीज प्रॉब्लम्स, लाइक many species are becoming vulnerable and many species are on the verge of extinction. So poaching is one of the most important reason, and there are many animals which are poached for that purpose, like tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard. These are the animals who are poached for different parts of their body, like crocodile. The poaching of crocodile is done for leather. Like elephant is poached for his its tusk. Then this ostrich and peacock, they are poached, they are hunted for their feathers. Black buck is also hunted for its horns, isn't it. deer के भी horns होते हैं जिसके लिए उसको पोच किया जाता है. तो these are the animals which are poached by people, by hunters, by illegal traders, smugglers. All these things are going on. This is the main reason for this problem, and how this problem can be solved. What are the ways which can be adopted by the people as well as by the government in order to solve this problem? How we can conserve our natural vegetation and wildlife. So these two are very much important for us, and we need to conserve them. And we see that in this regard, in order to conserve wildlife and wildlife and natural vegetation, the government has taken some very important measures. Like our country has taken, the government of our country has taken many steps, like this national parks. You must have heard about national park, then wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves. These are made to protect the natural vegetation and wildlife. So these are the places, like when we are talking about national parks. Then the second is wildlife sanctuary. Then the third is biosphere reserve. All these are these three, and all these are set up by the government for the purpose of conservation of wildlife and natural vegetation. But in this you will find that restrictions are highest in wildlife in national parks. सबसे ज़्यादा जो restrictions होते हैं हम ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी पे, वो नेशनल पार्क्स में होते हैं. देन सेकेंड वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरीज पे होते हैं. देन बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व्स पे होते हैं. तो सबसे ज़्यादा जहाँ पर ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी को प्रोहिबिट किया जाता है वो नेशनल पार्क्स हैं. ठीक है. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे हमारी कंट्री में बनाए गए हैं ताकि जो हमारा वाइल्ड लाइफ है, जो हमारा नेचुरल वेजिटेशन है, उसको कंजर्व किया जा सके. अगर इन प्लेसेस में आपको जाना हो तो परमिशन लेना होता है. यू कांट एक्सेस दीज प्लेसेस विदाउट परमिशन, और परमिशन में भी आपको रीज़न बताना होगा. और अगर एज अ टूरिस्ट आप जा रहे हैं, रीज़न आपका वैलिड होगा तभी आपको जाने मिलेगा. यू कांट एंटर दोज प्लेसेस. एज अ टूरिस्ट कई जगह आपको ले जाया जाता है, तो यू विल बी inside the cage. Animals will be free. They will be moving freely in these places, and the people, the human being who are going to visit them, they will be kept in the cage. So it is just opposite the case of zoo. When you go to a zoological garden, what we find, zoological and botanical garden, what you find, that animals are put in the cage and people are watching them, people are teasing them, they are doing all kind of immoral activities, isn't it? तो अब ये सब आप यहीं पर कर सकते हैं. इफ़ यू आर इन अ नेशनल पार्क और वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी और बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व, यू कांट डू दैट. यू विल बी पनिश्ड वेरी बैडली फॉर दैट, है ना. तो ये चीज़ें, ये गवर्नमेंट के स्टेप्स हैं जो गवर्नमेंट ने लिया है वाइल्ड लाइफ को बचाने के लिए, नेचुरल वेजिटेशन को बचाने के लिए. दिस इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट इन आवर कंट्री. वी हैव सो मेनी these national parks and wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. So in our country at present we have 104 national parks, and the largest national park is the Jim Corbett National Park, which is in Uttarakhand. That is the largest national park in our country. And Madhya Pradesh, which has a very densely forest area. This state has the largest number of national parks in our country. सबसे ज़्यादा जो नेशनल पार्क अगर किसी स्टेट में है तो वो मध्य प्रदेश है. और हमारी कंट्री में और भी बहुत सारे नेशनल पार्क्स हैं. जैसे एक तो कान्हा है, कान्हा नेशनल पार्क जो कि राजस्थान में है. इसी तरह से बांधवगढ़, काजीरंगा, देन रणथंबोर, पेरियार नेशनल पार्क, गिर नेशनल पार्क, सुंदरबन नेशनल पार्क. दीज आर द important national parks which are set up by the government for the purpose of conserving the wildlife as well as the natural vegetation. So likewise the government has also set up these wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserve. So we have completed our study today, and now in the next class we will continue with this discussion.